Xavier, another great game by you at Moneyball. I want to ask you about this. You are a great player. You don't need Moneyball, but you come here and spend more time signing autographs and taking pictures and interviews. And I told someone recently, I really think this is you giving back. It's just, you used to be the kid that always wanted to meet everybody. Is that really what's in your heart? Is that why Moneyball's so special to you? Some guys do it because they feel like they have to. You do it because I think you love it.
It's, obviously at this point in time in my life, I'm in college. I don't have a lot of money to give back to the less fortunate. But if people just want a picture, if they want an autograph, and it's going to make their day, or if it's going to make their year, I'd be happy to do it. That's the only way I can give back right now. So that's the only way that I love to give back.
30 seconds ago in the hallway, there was an older couple waiting to get their picture with you, and she said to me, "He's my favorite Spartan of all time. I just love him." It can be little kids, it can be old people. African American, Latino, white, it doesn't matter. You just seem to resonate with people. Have you always had that way with people, those people skills?
Yeah, for the most part. My parents did a really good job of teaching me just people skills, social skills. My dad is really comfortable talking to any type of person, and he's really comfortable with his own body as well and stuff like that. And watching him communicate with others really helped me be comfortable with myself and to kind of encourage other people. So like, if they're shy to ask for a photo, or if they're shy to ask for an autograph, I'll walk up to them, "Hey, do you want a photo? Do you want an autograph?" I see them with a marker and with a ball or something like that. So my parents just did a good job of just teaching me people skills.
Cash and I just had a fantastic conversation about him having to learn to take care of himself. He said, last year I was on empty going down the stretch. This year, he goes, I haven't played in Moneyball as much. If I have a really hard workout in the morning, I may not. I still come and sign autographs. Is that something, I think you started that maybe a little earlier than Cash did. Did he help you learn that, or where did that come from?
Josh was going into my sophomore year, I really wanted to change the way I did things. I wanted to work harder, but work smarter as well. And it was crazy is how Josh kind of got hurt overworking his body, but he still took care of it at the same time. But I learned from him, he always took care of his body after workouts, after practice, whether it was icing or sitting in the compression boots or just stretching, right after he gets done. And that's something that I admired, and I felt good after I did my workouts, and I was ready to do my next one. So that's something that I learned from him right away.
Is that the part of athletics that fans don't know? They think of you shooting 1,000 layups or 1,000 free throws, but the taking care of your body part, people don't understand that.
We play a lot of basketball, play at these money balls, and we got 2 workouts a day. We play a lot of basketball. So taking care of our bodies is what enables us to keep going and have longevity with not only just in the day, but with our careers.
Xavier, I heard an interesting story about you. I heard a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was a month ago, you stopped and helped somebody on campus that was handicapped. I got this email about it, and I'm just curious. It's never been about being the hero for you. It's just about people, isn't it?
Yeah, helping, I just love to help people. I help the best way I can, any way I can, really. Whether that's just holding the door open for somebody, whether that's saying thank you for getting something from somebody, or giving if I can, and have the ability to give whatever I have. I just like to help people.
It's character.
Yeah.
Are you able, now that you have a baby and you're married, to look back at how you were raised? You were really blessed to come from the family you came from.
Having the support from my parents was huge. It was huge. My dad was my confidence. He was the one that was saying I was so good, I was this and I was that, and he kind of built me up that way. And then my mom kept me humble, kept me stable, and she allowed me to respect other people, respect my elders. She taught me that. And so with my 2 parents, they literally made me into the man I am today.
I want to ask you about Izzo. Freshmen come here and they have no clue how tough he really is.
Right.
But then after the farther they get away from their freshman year, they really realize, okay, he really does love me. He's holding me accountable to my dreams. I just said to Cash, if I'd have told you after your freshman year, which it was pretty brutal, you and Tom would be as close as you are today, would you believe me? He goes, no way. It's early. You're only a couple of years in, but you and Tom have already started to really develop a closeness. Do you go to Marble? Do you go to a Malik and say, listen, guys, been there, done it, but let me tell you what's on the other side of a freshman year? Do you do that?
Yeah, especially right after those situations where they do get coached. And a coach has a unique way of coaching where, he'll rip you and then he won't make you feel better right after. He'll wait until, practice is over, and then he'll tell you what he really meant and what you do wrong and stuff like that. But in the heat of the moment, though, when your blood's boiling for getting ripped and getting yelled at in front of your teammates, that's when I go to those guys like, okay, hey, don't listen to how he's saying it, listen to what he's saying. So right now he's saying you jogging, so you need to pick it up. Or right now you're quiet, you're not communicating, not being energetic, so you need to pick that up type of thing. So I just kind of break down what coach is saying, and he sees when I do that, and it kind of allows me to be the mediator.
Xavier, everyone has known you're a leader, even your freshman year, but I'm stunned. Every single player I've interviewed, and I've interviewed almost the whole team this summer, when I've asked about who are some guys, you're either the first or second name. Xavier, man, what a leader. The freshman, oh man, he's just telling me where to go, he's telling me what to do. Older players, guys even older than you, man, Xavier's just really come along as a leader. Was that something that just naturally happened? Or was it something you put in your mind, I've got to become a better leader?
Just natural. I always kind of try to be the leader of my team, always when I was younger. I don't know why, I just felt like I knew what I was doing, so I always try to help people out and guide people. And then when I got here, I kind of thought everybody, since it's college basketball at such a high level, that everybody would know what they're doing, and still I saw people who didn't know what they're supposed to do. So, I was like, okay, well, hey, just cut there, or you're supposed to stay there, wait for the screen type of thing. So just literally helping the best way I can. That's what I take as being a leader. Sometimes I got to be more demonstrative. That's the coach tells me that I need to improve on, kind of like Draymond. If I see my players lacking, you have to get on them, because if you just say something, they're going to brush it off,
What does it mean to you when a Draymond texts or talks to you and says, hey, and really takes you under his wing? I mean, he is a Xavier fan. So to have a guy who has the big deal in the NBA, who is the big deal, that really looks to you, loves you, what's that mean to you? Because, every time I talk to Draymond, it's, boy, X, he really loves you. What does it mean to have that?
It just feels good to have somebody like him, who played here for as longer than I have. I'm only a junior now,
right.
But who's played here, and has kind of had the same story I had. Highly touted in the state, but not necessarily nationally, coming in and have to work his way up. And that's exactly what I did through my years here. And I just appreciate him, because literally I feel like I'm walking in his footsteps and trying to do everything that he did at the same level. Just how he had 3 regular season Big Tens, I got 2. Just how he had 2 Big Ten tournaments, I got 1. And he has 2 Final Fours, and I got 1. So now, literally this year, I'm trying to combat him and do exactly what he did one more time.
2 more questions, I'll let you go. You're a young man who faith is important to you. You and Tamia don't hide that. It's not like you're out preaching sermons, but you don't hide the fact that your faith means the world to you. For you personally, being a man of faith, where does that come from? Was it something from your parents? Was it something you learned on your own? Because I think it's just another piece in why you're a man of character like you are.
Yeah, okay, it starts off with your parents, obviously, because they bring you to church every Sunday. They bring you to Bible studies on Wednesdays, stuff like that, at a young age. But then, as I got into high school, and really when I met Tamia as well, it just sort of on my own, Like I started to go through bad situations, and I just needed help. And I had to get my mind right, because I just felt like I was always in a negative space in my head. And God was literally there. And as soon as I went to church, it kind of everything opened up for me as I got older, as just trusting in Him when I don't know the answers to a lot of things, and to be able to just have faith that He's got me no matter what. And with that faith, it brings me a lot of confidence in my own abilities, that I know He's got my back.
You know this about me. I try to do interviews more than just about basketball. And I told people, you'd be shocked at how much faith is important to so many guys on this team. And it is. And I think sometimes people see the basketball players, but they don't get to see the men. I think it's fair to say this is a team full of a bunch of men that love basketball and love the Lord. Am I being fair there?
I can honestly say that, especially guys like Josh. Josh is a leader when it comes to not only on the court, but,
Julius and Malik.
Yeah. It's weird. Like at a young age, they came with such high IQs, and not only on the court, but they just know about life, and they're very religious as well, But like I was saying before, Josh is one of those guys who really brings it all together. Like we got a group chat called Brothers in Christ, and yeah, he just kind of wraps it all up with that. Always sends us Bible verses to read and stuff like that, just to kind of keep us in the positive light in our own minds.
Awesome. Xavier, you know I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.